Because aviation's kind of a funny bird, man.
That probably wouldn't be super conducive to like a career in finance.
This next video is on fire. We got another Columbia grad going to school, killing it, calling me about what they can do to go back in the military as an officer. Hey man, great conversation. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. Hit the like and subscribe button, share it with your friends, go in the comment and tell me what you like best about this video. We'll try to get a little bit more of it. Thank you. What's your question, brother?
So I had kind of in my email before, I'd asked about whether basically going the like National Guard route to fly would be possible, but it looks like it's not possible.
I wouldn't take my advice for it. I would go get checked out.
Okay.
But you don't have any hours, right?
No hours.
Okay, so you're not gonna be able to go fly if you ain't got no hours.
Okay.
The guys that we've had success with, the one dude he had 400 hours instructor rated. Like you got to get your hours up to at least, I would say at least, what's your GPA? Don't you have a good GPA?
Yeah, I have a 3.7.
In what?
Political science.
Okay. All right. I thought you were the engineering dude. So
No.
3.7 is okay. From what school?
Columbia.
Okay, so that's a good school. Your best bet, like, have you studied for the AFQT, the aviation test, or anything?
I found out about like guys being able to do this like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't even know. I was like, oh, let's see if this is possible and kind of go from there.
Okay, I would say like you need to go talk to the recruiters and see what they say. But you got to be real careful because they're going to try to trick you into some stuff, right?
Okay.
I just don't know with all you, because you got a bunch of diagnoses, right?
Yeah, from the VA.
I just don't know like what they're going to say.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because aviation's kind of a funny bird, man. Like vision and it's just kind of funny bird. So you need to go find out if they're going to let you fly with the stuff you have now.
Mhm.
Then you can help make a decision, right?
Gotcha.
The qualifications to fly for the military and the qualifications to fly on the outside are pretty much the same.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Basically, I would need to get cleared for everything before I could even get any flight hours.
Is that what they're saying for even for your private pilot's license?
Yeah, because I would need a class 3 flight physical, and
Yep.
yeah, so I'd have to get basically the mental health stuff kind of cleared.
Okay, so then you already know the answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for basically, if the doors closed on that and I won't be able to kind of make it through, is it possible to kind of join the Army National Guard as like an infantry officer?
My guess is with the stuff on your record, it's going to be hard all around.
Okay, so like the military in general, kind of just going back in.
I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that because you got out, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say no. Are you fluent in another language?
No.
Okay. I'm not going to say no. I never say no. I'm just saying like knowing what you got, and I don't want to say it on here, right? But knowing what you got, a lot of times they get real skittish about letting you come back in.
Yeah. No, I could definitely understand that.
But you can go like there's nothing gonna hurt you. Go find out. But my thing is like if you got great grades at Columbia, bro, go fly, man. Get out, eat the $170,000 loan or the $120,000 loan. Go fly.
Was $170,000 loan like for what?
So to get commercially rated, you need like I want to say 300 hours, whatever it is, and then you're gonna be an instructor. Like it costs some money, brother. But American has a program. All the airlines have a good program. Does that make sense?
No, that makes sense.
What I don't want you to do is sit here and say, "Oh man, I can't fly, right? What I want you to do is, okay, what do I have to do to figure out how do I go fly? Does that make sense? You understand the difference in that two kind of logic?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to sit here and just say, "Oh no, you can't fly." I just know we got to try to figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
And so there's been no one in your experience who's kind of gotten through without prior flight hours to like a National Guard unit, or it just doesn't.
You're not going to National Guard unit without prior flight hours.
Okay.
You are not going. Now, if you wanted to go mainstream and go like in the Navy and fly or go in the Air Force and fly, then absolutely you don't need no hours. But I'm gonna tell you this: you ain't gonna get a pilot job in the Air Force. You might. You got a 3.6 from Columbia. You might. You got a chance. But for the most part, they want to see 40 to 80 hours flying.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah, I definitely don't want to go active duty. I kind of
okay. So understand this: your ass gonna be active duty in the National Guard.
What do you mean?
You're going to fly. You're going to be on active duty for 4 years, 5 years.
Oh, for seasoning, yeah.
Like you got to go learn how to fly. Then you're going to go fly in the unit. You're going to go fly in the unit around the clock for 3 years.
Oh no, I understand that part.
Okay.
Yeah. I just meant like for like, 15, 20 years. Like I don't want to be
Well,
active.
you're going to owe them 20 years in the National Guard, I think.
Okay. Is it the I'm I'm guessing it's not the standard like 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks during the summer. It's a bit more involved. But like how
So
long?
you're going to fly. So my dude that just got picked up in Riverside is going to, they told him he's going to fly around the clock for 3 years straight.
Okay.
And then he can go fly for the airlines on his time off, but he's still going to be flying considerable amount for the National Guard. Because you got to understand this. Like a lot of people don't understand this. In aviation, the National Guard dudes are flying all the time.
Oh, okay.
It's not like they don't fly 2 times a week. I mean, 2 times, once a month, and 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year. They're flying all the time.
Gotcha.
Because
Yeah.
you got to realize, like the National Guard, like units are responsible for the air coverage in their areas.
Okay. So yeah, that probably wouldn't be super conducive to like a career in finance.
No, you're not gonna be able to have a career in finance and be in the National Guard aviation.
Okay. So
No way. Because because your boss ain't gonna let you go nowhere for. And I'm gonna tell you this: you ain't gonna be able to go nowhere in finance for 2 weeks a year. They're gonna make you take your 2 weeks of vacation.
Gotcha. Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, that makes a ton of sense.
I mean, you're not gonna go to Goldman Sachs and tell them, hey, I need 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year.
Because I know some guys who like work over at McKinsey and they're in the guard and they're able to kind of come and go as they please.
What's the difference between McKinsey and finance?
Oh, I mean, it's like a top tier consulting firm.
It's a consulting firm. Yeah. It's not finance. You're not working on Wall Street. Mm-hmm. Unless you're talking to me about going to McKinsey working finance. But they got a big finance arm. I'm just saying, like, McKinsey is a consulting firm. Working in finance to me means Wall Street, M&A, banking, right? Mm-hmm. Especially coming out of Columbia.
So what do you think, like, if I wanted to kind of go down this route, is there like an option that would kind of give me some balance, or is that just really not exist? Because I want to
in aviation,
just in the military in general. Like, I want to be able to kind of continue serving or go back to serving, but as an officer this time in like a reserve capacity. But I also want to be able to have a career at the same time. So I'm just trying to figure out a way where I can do that, and if that reality exists. Because if it doesn't, then I'll just kind of pursue.
It does. Here's the problem you got, Adam. Right? Like, if you sign up, let's say you sign up, go be an infantry officer in the Army. Mm-hmm. You're gonna be gone for a year and a half.
Okay.
IOBC, Ranger School, Infantry Officer Basic School. That's IOBC, Ranger Airborne SEER. That's a year and a half right there. OCS. That's the one I was forgetting. OCS. Got to go to OCS. You'll be gone for 2 years right there.
So I'd kind of be fine with that because I'm in this kind of weird position, like career-wise. So I don't plan on going and work for like a big finance firm after graduation. So in between me getting out of the Marine Corps and me starting at Columbia, I actually worked at a fintech startup down in Miami as their head of growth. And, I helped scale their company to about $6 million a month and about $130 million valuation. And then I worked at a private equity firm for like a little bit before coming to Columbia. So what I want to do is, like, after I graduate, do whatever kind of military training that I have to do to become an officer, then go to business school and then raise a search fund or my own private equity fund afterwards. So that's kind of like where I'm thinking. So I'm not super concerned about like a boss telling me to go to training or something. I'm more concerned about, is this even possible to be able to maintain like running an investment firm and being able to kind of dip out for like 2 weeks here, 2 weeks there. Like, if that's not like a reality, then it's not a reality and I'll just kind of shelve that idea. But if it's a possibility, maybe I can go and entertain that.
I would say it's a possibility. It's just going to be a stretch.
Okay. That makes sense.
Right? Like, I just think, like, I'm going to tell you this, you ain't no dummy. Right? No. You pretty smart. Okay. So it's going to come down to, your boy, Elon Musk, 18-hour days, 7 days a week, don't give a damn.
Yeah.
Right. That's why when you keep saying balance of life, I'm kind of like, you don't have a balance of life in that life.
Yeah.
You
No, that
know.
makes sense.
But I'm gonna tell you this, Adam, like my people in the National Guard or in the Navy Reserves or that stuff, like you can get away with 1 month a year, 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year. You can.
Okay.
You just can't do no high speed shit. And like if you're gonna go be an infantry officer, which is hard to do, it's hard to do in a guard to go be an infantry officer because they only get a couple JOs a year. Okay. And what I understand with the guard is they want those junior officers to be there.
Gotcha.
So, like, that's why I'm saying, like, the aviation thing, to me, the aviation thing, you probably could get away with. As crazy as it sounds, because you got so much school up front, but like, you're flying planes, man. Like, and if you get a good plane, like a C-130 or a KC-110 or, one of the big boys with a lot of engines on it,
Mhm.
it ain't no hard ass job. You just fly the plane, you land the plane, you do you know what I'm saying? Unless you flying
Yeah.
into LAX or something like that. You just land the plane, park the plane, they take care of the plane, you show back up, you fly. You got all the other time, you got all the mandatory down hours. You can run some stuff. If you got a number two, that's awesome. You can run some stuff.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just think like at 29, it may not be worth it.
No, I could definitely understand that because I've had this kind of conversation with my fiance as well, and she's like, you already kind of did your part. You can go and do it if you want, but is it going to benefit you? And I don't know. I feel like I'll have almost a regret by not going and getting my commission, but I don't know.
What does your fiance do?
So the fintech startup that I worked at was a proprietary trading firm. So I was able to learn a few strategies. And she manages my positions while I'm at school or busy. So she stays home and does that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna tell you, Adam, go back in the military, put that right there on Jeopardy.
Hmm.
Put it on Jeopardy. Has she ever been like, do you guys live together in the same area?
Yeah.
Have you ever been apart for 3 or 4 months with no
Uh,
communication?
we were together all through my enlistment in the Marine Corps.
Oh, okay.
So
Then you
yeah,
got a
we've been
chance. All
together
right.
for 9 years.
Okay, never mind. I'll take
Yeah.
that back. She know the life.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.